I was telling these guys earlier, I was flipping through the channels the other day, and I came across the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, the new one. Mm-hmm. And just out of interest, I started doing some reading about Nightmare on Elm Street, and I already knew that Wes Craven wrote that movie and based his story on some news articles that he had read about these guys who had such terrifying nightmares they could not fall asleep. And eventually, they refused sleep for so long, they would become exhausted and pass out. And these guys eventually died in their sleep while having these terrible nightmares. And doctors later classified that as, for whatever reason, they called it Asian Death Syndrome. This is what the internet told me. But then they said that Asian Death Syndrome is a relative of something called Sudden Unexpected Death Syndrome. And this is what I want to talk about. Sudden Unexpected Death Syndrome? That's a fucking thing? Yeah, that's all death.
It's called heart attack.
It's called life.
Yeah.
Sudden death syndrome is life.
That's called fucking doctors.
The world.
Fucking
doctors fucking
giving up. You
Yep.
can't classify that as a disease. As a doctor, you're required to stop that at all costs. If somebody dies of sudden unexpected death syndrome, quit your fucking job.
Oh, you know, that's funny, because I think Mr. Show did a sketch on this.
Really?
Because it was sudden, and a kid kept milking it, because it's about David Cross as a kid. Yeah, thanks, Metallica. I'm so glad I got to go backstage.
I remember that.
We got to practice now, though. I'm sorry. Oh, that's okay. Could be any minute. Oh, yeah, come on stage and with us. And it just keeps going and going and going. And, it could be, when do you expect, could be any time.
But it's like, what are the symptoms of sudden unexpected death syndrome? You were alive,
No, nothing.
and then now you're dead.
And then suddenly,
Like,
death.
Oh, I went into heart surgery.
Is that a syndrome?
The doctor fucking cuts you up, your heart explodes. Oh, shit. Well, obviously, this was an unexpected death. This is not on my hands.
That's like dying from sudden end of like life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like...
Sudden end of life syndrome.
Is that related to sudden unexpected stabbing syndrome? Or like sudden unexpected car accident
Yes.
syndrome? That's all. So, that exists. Sweet dreams.
How was the
Also, not done. I've been shushing people a lot lately. I do that to be funny.
No, me too. I do the same thing. I think it is funny.
I'm sorry.
No, I think it is funny.
I gotta start giving
Hey, let me
people-
tell you, as someone who you have shushed before, it's 50-50 on me. Because sometimes I'm trying to get a point across and I get shushed, and it's like, I know you're joking, but fuck you.
No, what it is, it's shut the fuck up, and then you continue with your point.
I'm gonna let you finish, but the last thing I want to say is if Wes Craven based his movie off of a relative of sudden unexpected death syndrome, he picked the wrong fucking disease. Freddy Krueger should have just popped out whether you were asleep or awake or taking a shit
Anytime.
or fucking a girl. Just at any unexpected moment, this clawed hand is gonna come out and kill you.
Can you imagine a horror movie where the thing was you take a shit and you don't know if you're next, because you're so vulnerable on the fucking toilet.
Dude, the shit killer.
The shit killer.
That you ruined shitting for me for the rest of my life.
I'm gonna make a horror movie called The Shit
If
Strangler.
we made that horror movie, because everyone has to do it, and then you're vulnerable.
Say like 4 of your friends died while they were taking a shit or whatever, and you know there's someone coming after it. You would be so impacted, so fucking deep, and you wouldn't.
You don't want to go.
I wouldn't go shit in a toilet. I would just like stand there and shit and be like, I can't. Oh no.
That's the final act. The shit hits the fan.